Small town America is supposed to be safe, quiet, and peaceful. White picket fences, friendly neighbors, and unlocked doors, right? Well, that's not the case everywhere. Some of these tiny dots on the map have crime rates that would make big cities blush. We're talking violent crime numbers that rival major urban centers, but packed into populations smaller than a high school. The FBI's data tells a story most travel guides won't touch. These aren't the charming Main Street communities you see in movies. These are places where the population might be small, but the danger is very, very real. From the Deep South to the Midwest, these towns have one thing in common. Crime rates so high, they'll make you want to lock your doors twice. Number 10, Bessemer, Alabama. Population hovering around 26,000, and Bessemer's got problems that go way beyond its size. The violent crime rate sits at a nasty 18.7 per 1,000 residents. That's nearly 4 times the national average, and we're just getting started on this list. Property crime clocks in at 89.4 per 1,000, meaning about 1 in 11 residents dealt with theft or burglary in a given year. This former steel town southwest of Birmingham has been struggling since the industrial decline hit hard. When the jobs dried up, crime filled the vacuum. Local police reports show consistent issues with aggravated assault and robbery, the kind of stats that make insurance companies nervous. The town's trying to bounce back with economic development, but the numbers don't lie. Bessemer's fighting an uphill battle, and right now, crime's winning. Number 9, Opa-locka, Florida. Down in South Florida, Opa-locka stands out for all the wrong reasons. With roughly 16,000 people, this Miami-Dade County town records a violent crime rate of 19.2 per 1,000 residents. Property crime? A whopping 94.7 per 1,000. The town's named after a fictional city from the Everglades, but there's nothing fictional about its crime problem. Built in the 1920s with Moorish architecture that was supposed to attract tourists, Opa-locka instead became a cautionary tale of urban decay. Drug trafficking routes passing through South Florida haven't helped matters. The town's seen multiple federal interventions over the years, with law enforcement trying to crack down on organized criminal activity. Despite being minutes from Miami's beaches and attractions, Opa-locka remains trapped in a cycle of poverty and crime that sends residents looking for safer neighborhoods. The sunny Florida weather can't brighten these statistics. Number 8, Pritchard, Alabama. Another Alabama entry, but Pritchard earns its spot separately. Just north of Mobile with about 19,000 residents, Pritchard posts a violent crime rate of 20.1 per 1,000. Property crime adds another 97.3 per 1,000 to the tally. This town declared bankruptcy back in 1999 and hasn't fully recovered since. When a city can't pay its bills, public services suffer, and crime prevention takes a hit. The police force has been understaffed for years, meaning response times stretched and patrols thinned out. Aggravated assaults dominate the violent crime statistics, with robbery coming in second. The property crime numbers tell a story of desperation, with burglaries and vehicle thefts plaguing neighborhoods. Pritchard's proximity to Mobile means some residents commute out for work, but many can't escape the economic stagnation. The town's trying to rebuild, but crime statistics suggest it's got a long road ahead. Number 7, College Park, Georgia. Don't let the name fool you. College Park, home to about 14,000 people near Atlanta's airport, has a violent crime rate of 21.5 per 1,000 residents. Property crime reaches 101.2 per 1,000, breaking into triple digits. Being next to one of the world's busiest airports should mean economic opportunity, but College Park struggles with persistent crime instead. The town sees a mix of locals and transients, which complicates law enforcement efforts. Hotel rooms getting burglarized, vehicles stolen from parking lots, and violent incidents in entertainment districts keep police busy. Gang activity has been documented in certain neighborhoods, with turf disputes occasionally turning violent. The town's small size means these crimes feel more concentrated, more personal. Residents know someone who's been affected. College Park's location should be an advantage, but right now it feels more like a liability. Number 6, Darby, Pennsylvania. Head up to the Philadelphia suburbs and Darby Borough tells a grim story. Population around 10,000, violent crime rate at 22.8 per 1,000 residents. Property crime sits at 106.4 per 1,000, meaning more than 1 in 10 residents experience theft or burglary. This Delaware County borough has been struggling for decades, with poverty rates climbing while surrounding areas prospered. The town's small geographic footprint means crime feels inescapable. Walk a few blocks in any direction and you're still in Darby, still in the danger zone. Police reports show consistent problems with robberies, assaults, and drug-related offenses. The property crime numbers include everything from shoplifting to home invasions, painting a picture of economic desperation. Darby's proximity to Philadelphia means some blame spillover crime. But local issues run deeper. The tax base eroded, services declined, and crime filled the void. Classic small-town decline, just faster and uglier than most. Number 5. Inkster, Michigan. West of Detroit, Inkster's roughly 24,000 residents face a violent crime rate of 24.3 per 1,000. Property crime clocks in at 112.7 per 1,000, pushing past the 1 in 9 mark. Michigan's economic troubles hit smaller industrial towns especially hard, and Inkster absorbed blow after blow. When Detroit's auto industry stumbled, surrounding communities felt the shockwaves. Inkster's police department has faced budget constraints for years, limiting their ability to respond effectively to the crime surge. Aggravated assaults and robberies dominate violent crime statistics, while vehicle thefts lead property crime numbers. Makes sense in an area built around car manufacturing. The town's seen some revitalization efforts, but crime statistics suggest progress remains slow. Abandoned buildings dot certain neighborhoods, providing cover for criminal activity. Inkster's story mirrors many Rust Belt towns. Industrial decline followed by social decay, with crime as the visible symptom of deeper economic wounds. Number 4. Riviera Beach, Florida. Back to Florida, where Riviera Beach's 35,000 residents deal with a violent crime rate of 26.1 per 1,000. Property crime hits 119.8 per 1,000, meaning roughly 1 in 8 residents got hit with theft or burglary. Located in Palm Beach County, right next to wealthy communities, the contrast couldn't be starker. While neighboring towns enjoy low crime and high property values, Riviera Beach struggles with persistent violence and poverty. The town's got waterfront access and marina facilities that should drive tourism, but crime scares visitors away. Drug trafficking remains a documented problem, with law enforcement conducting regular operations to disrupt distribution networks. The violent crime numbers include a concerning rate of aggravated assaults, some gang-related according to police reports. Riviera Beach keeps trying to rebrand and redevelop, but the statistics tell residents what they already know. Safety remains elusive. Number 3. East St. Louis, Illinois. Just across the river from St. Louis, Missouri, East St. Louis carries a reputation that precedes it. Population around 18,000. Violent crime rate at a staggering 28.9 per 1,000 residents. Property crime adds 127.3 per 1,000 to the misery. This town's decline has been documented for decades. From a once thriving industrial center to a symbol of urban decay, the violent crime rate includes robbery, aggravated assault, and rates of more serious crimes that make national news. Property crime encompasses everything imaginable, from minor theft to organized burglary rings. The town's financial struggles mean police resources stay stretched thin, fighting a losing battle against overwhelming odds. East St. Louis has become shorthand for municipal failure, with crime statistics that back up the harsh reputation. Economic recovery efforts have launched and stalled repeatedly, while crime remains the one consistent factor. The view of St. Louis's Gateway Arch from across the river feels like looking at a different world. Number 2. Bessemer City, North Carolina. Different from Alabama's Bessemer, this North Carolina town of about 5,500 people boasts a violent crime rate of 31.7 per 1,000 residents. Property crime reaches 138.6 per 1,000, meaning more than 1 in 7 residents faced theft or burglary. Located west of Charlotte in Gaston County, Bessemer City's small population makes these numbers especially striking. The violent crime rate translates to roughly 174 violent crimes per year in a town barely bigger than a large high school. Aggravated assaults dominate the statistics, with domestic violence and drug-related incidents featuring prominently in police reports. The property crime numbers include persistent problems with vehicle theft and burglary. The town's proximity to Charlotte hasn't brought economic benefits, instead seeming to attract crime spillover. Local law enforcement stays busy despite the small population, responding to incidents that would be unusual in similarly sized towns elsewhere. Bessemer City proves that danger doesn't require a big city. Number 1. Emeryville, California. California might seem like an odd place for our top spot, but Emeryville's statistics are undeniable. This Bay Area town of roughly 12,000 residents between Oakland and Berkeley records a violent crime rate of 33.4 per 1,000. Property crime explodes to 147.9 per 1,000, meaning nearly 1 in 7 residents experience theft or burglary. What makes Emeryville especially notable is its location in one of America's wealthiest regions, surrounded by high-income communities and tech money. The town's small residential population gets overwhelmed by daytime workers and visitors to its shopping centers and businesses, creating unique crime dynamics. While violent crime rates stay concerningly high, property crime dominates the statistics. Car break-ins at shopping centers, retail theft, and burglary plague the town despite significant law enforcement presence. Emeryville's tried everything, from increased police patrols to surveillance systems, but the numbers refuse to budge. The Bay Area's overall crime issues concentrate in this tiny town, creating a perfect storm of danger that tops our list. These 10 towns share something beyond high crime rates. They're fighting battles that statistics can't capture, trying to break cycles lasting decades. But here's what nobody mentions. These aren't the only ones. The FBI's database contains dozens more with shocking numbers, places where Main Street meets big city crime. The question isn't whether small-town crime exists, but which towns make next year's list, because right now, others are climbing the rankings, their numbers worsening monthly, and somewhere in America, another small town is learning that size doesn't matter when crime comes knocking.